Hello everyone, it's Cooking with Matthew. Today we're going to be doing a conecuh sausage gravy biscuit, and I'm going to show you what we got going on over here. I got some bacon sauteing, so I got grease. It was 4 thick cut pieces of bacon. I've got some of the stuff wrote down, and we're going to have to add some stuff as we go. So the next thing I've got this 1 medium onion, 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to throw that in here and let it saute. Let it saute for a minute or so. Here's my wooden spoon. I like to use a wooden spoon when I'm doing this. Go ahead and throw my pound of conecuh. Well, no. First thing first. I usually use the cornstarch in this, but I'm gonna use real flour. I think I got a bag of it. Go ahead and use some real flour. Depending on what kind of bacon you got, you may end up having to use a little more oil. It looks like it had quite a bit of oil on it. Get this out of the way. I think the camera's tilted a little bit. So you may have to adjust these measurements on this flour. I'm gonna get me I'm thinking a cup of flour. That's what I'm thinking. I need to add that in my measurements. One cup flour. Alright, so we're going to stir this around. We're going to make us a little blonde roux. Yeah, this actually needs a little more fat. I'm going to add like a little bit of butter to it. Boy, it was hot. Me trying to grab that thing like that. I've got some biscuits cooking now. I cheated. I was going to do this video. I was going to do some homemade biscuits, but with time restraints, they didn't have the frozen biscuits at the Dollar General this morning. I had a little ill prepared, so we got some Pillsbury Grands in there. That's what we got working in there right now. I'm actually doing a combination of things this morning, but this particular video is going to be on this conecuh sausage gravy. I'm going to do a different video with fried quail. It's all going to go together. So I'll show you what we're looking like. This should be a little bit smoother than this. I've added a little more butter, and this is going to start melting. But that's going to be good. You don't want it to get no darker than that. You want it a little smoother than that. That's it's gonna be all right though. Once I start adding the liquid in, so I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I'll go ahead and add this in. I'm gonna go ahead and add my conecuh. This is 1 pound of conecuh sausage. This is smoked sausage, so it's pretty already ready to eat. I mean, it does need to heat up, but oh Lord, that was just great. Alright, well I got most of that back in there. So I'm going to add a quart of heavy cream in here now. Now I need a whisk. And see, we used to just use, we cut it with a little water, this is a Grand Hotel version. This was their gravy they used, but we usually use the that paste, that chicken paste, with water. Not much water, but what I'm going to do, I've got this. What this is really a. Let me taste it, see how neutral it is. So this was a fresh chicken. Let's see. I got some chicken broth here. It ain't got much flavor. This is going to be a low sodium broth that I'm adding to this. What we're going to label this as. One. Two. We'll start off with 2 cups and see where we end up at. 2 cups of low sodium chicken broth. I'm going to add that to the list once I know that's going to be good. So now we're just waiting on this stuff to thicken up like it should. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding some seasoning to this. Where's my measuring spoons? I just had them things. I literally just had them. I washed them off. Here they are. So this is iodized salt, so be careful with it. 1, 2 teaspoons. One quart of heavy cream, 2 salt, and I'm gonna wait before I add that chicken broth. I've got some black pepper I need. No, I don't want to use white pepper because I know where it's at, or I thought I did. I just put it up the other day. Yeah, we're going to use white pepper. This is usually a black pepper deal, but we're going to use white pepper today. I usually do use white pepper when I'm doing like a white sauce, but black pepper is usually that's what we used in this particular recipe. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of white pepper. Teaspoon. Boy, them chickens are going crazy outside. I hear them. They must be wanting something, or they're laying eggs. I'm gonna get this thing back. Cut this heat down. Cutting the heat down on this. Where'd this go? Low it and put that on low. This gravy is about thick as I want it to be. I think I'm gonna need some more salt, pepper though. Go ahead and cut that off. It's where I need it to be. I'm going to add another cup of this. Thin it out just a little bit. That's why I didn't add that yet, because I knew that might not be the right amount. I got just a little bit too thick. So I'm gonna add. Where'd my little spoons go? I'm gonna add 1 more teaspoon of salt. I think the pepper's fine. Let's see. We'll run out of spoons to taste with. Seems like it's missing a little something. I know what it's missing. I know exactly what it's missing, because this was actually made a little different. It's that broth. I don't know where I put that. I have a big thing of well, maybe not. I do have it, but I don't know where it is. This was actually probably the way we made it with the chicken bouillon stuff. The better than bouillon is what they sell in the store. Man, it should be better with that. But it's got a really good flavor. It's just missing that fake chicken flavor. That's good. And I usually use cornstarch instead of the flour. Alright, biscuits are ready. These are not beautiful biscuits. Fixing to show you all what we're looking like. If you want a little more heat, you can add a little more pepper. My dad's eating it. He don't do hot stuff too well, so I think it's just about perfect though, to be honest with you. Let's see. Came out with a nice gravy consistency. Now we're fixing to try this with the biscuit. I wish this was a homemade biscuit, or at least a frozen one. But this will be good. This will be all right. Yeah, that stuff's good. Alright, that was 3 cups chicken broth. This is low sodium because this is just like chicken juice really. I didn't do nothing but just steam the chicken into that Instapot last night. So this will give you the recipes. Then I gotta move on to the next thing I'm doing. Okay, it's 4 strips of thick cut bacon, You may have to add a little butter. You said I had to add a little butter to it. 1 medium onion. You gotta saute that bacon first. You watch the video. 2 cloves of garlic. 1 pound of conecuh sausage. 1 cup of flour. You make the blonde roux with that. 1 quart of heavy cream. 3 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of white pepper, which I substituted. It's usually black pepper. That could be a little bit different too. And then we did 3 cups of chicken broth. I did low sodium. It actually tastes better. It tastes a little different. I'm not gonna say better, but with that fake stuff, and a little bit heavy on the fake stuff, it does something to it. But that's actually that actually tastes cleaner. The other stuff, the other way we used to make it was a little more dirty tasting, so this is actually a cleaner version of that. And like I said, we use the cornstarch to the flour, but this, I'm fixing to put it up here where y'all can read. If y'all can read my chicken scratch. Then I'm moving on to the next little project I got here. Alright, well, that concludes that episode. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Alright.